Hello everybody and welcome back to another Hearthstone video. Today I'm going to actually be playing my Cthulhu Druid deck. It's pretty simple. You got the Nourish and the Wild Growth to ramp into those bigger cards like Dark Arakoa for instance, and then you got your standard Cthulhu cards to help you keep going on with the Cthulhu. Now, Cthulhu Druid is one of the cheaper decks to build that is highly competitive in the current meta. I'd say probably this deck and like Zulok are probably the two cheapest decks to my knowledge. This deck is probably, well no, Zulok is probably almost always cheaper because the only legendary you really need, or if you want it, is Gormok the Impaler, and I don't even run Gormok in my deck, and I just, you could also run Leroy in a Zulok, but I don't run either one. Okay, so my first opponent's a Warlock, most likely a Zulok. I actually made some quick adjustments to this deck beforehand by adding in the Wild Growths and the Nourish for a Darnassus Aspirant and 2 Twilight Elders. I had 2 Darnassuses and 2 Twilight Elders. Traded them both out for 2, what's it called, Wild Growth and Nourish. Because currently Ramp in Druid is really good, and Nourish is run in basically every Druid right now, because the card draw you get out of Nourish is just insane. My opponent's got a good start. I got a really slow ramp start. Because I didn't get everything. Job done. Well, next turn I'm gonna have to go into Mire Keeper into Dark Arakoa. This is a bad hand, but Dark Arakoa could maybe carry me. I doubt it, since of how much pressure my opponent's applying to me. I'm gonna go for the Mire Keeper. I'm gonna go for the Mire Keeper because it gets 2 bodies. Better than 1. Let's hope for the best that I just don't get run over. I'm gonna be down to like no HP. Unless he trades. I'm down to 7 HP. On full face. This is a good card. Now my Dark Arakoa can maybe help me just take back and forth.
Ancient one calling of the is an illusion.
9 Cthulhu. Swipe would have been the best card right there. Okay. Power and this is gonna be a loss, 100%.
It's getting hot in here.
My great start compared to his start. Not that I can pull something there, which is not gonna happen.
I concede to you.
Well, that's the power of Zulok. Really good now. Let's hope maybe by removing some of that early game. Wasn't too big of a deal. It's just what? I lose out on 4 bodies for... Darnassus is alright. It's debatable. No one runs it. Wild Growth is, I guess, better? Well, people run Wild Growth over Darnassus currently because of Yogg-Saron. But Yogg-Saron is a completely random card. I don't know, my luck ain't always all that hot.
I must protect the wild.
Let's hope I could get maybe Beckoner of Evil, Disciple, Innervate's good. Let's see what we can do with this, okay? Beckoner, Innervate, not bad hand, not a bad hand. See how my opponent is doing. Most hunters currently are mid-range at the wrap, so pretty good.
You have already.
I don't have Fandral, so I can't really play a... Ooh, Razor Fen Hunter. That's interesting, but I am at rank 14.
This way.
Hunter's been on that part. It's mid-range, ain't all that good. I always like to play the underdog class. I think Hunter is that class. I may be completely wrong. You guys may have an insane Hunter deck that I'm not, clear about, but I'm pretty sure Hunter is really underpowered. Of course! Ooh. I think. Amber Claxy Amber Weaver, sorry.
The beasts obey me.
Is this playing a type deck? It could be. I'm not sure. Next turn will be...
Knows what secrets will uncover.
Let's get my Cthulhu builder.
Screaming.
Let's take back the board. Pretty offensive play. You can't leave Bran on the board.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
I think he's playing like a Reno deck. I would assume. But I could be wrong. Just the cards that he's running. Okay, so yeah, fine. I've tried several attempts at Arena Hunter.
Put this apple on your head.
No, it's not Hunter. It's gonna be rough for him. Ooh, if I drew a swipe. I'm gonna use Wild Growth here, just so I can speed up the process of Cthulhu. Next turn is a little important for him, which is Dr. 8 for Hunters, which is Call of the Wild, which is, of course, what he has. Clear the majority of the board. Call of the Wild is really good. Luckily, I have Tomb. I was really lucky.
I obey.
Now, this should go for take him down to size.
Well fought.
That's it. Simple power of the Druid. Or Cthulhu. Get that Cthulhu out. Not easy for some classes to deal with it, especially Hunter. Hunter wasted his what's it called, deadly shot fairly early. It was an effective deadly shot since it destroyed my Dark Arrow Tower, which took 2 cards, but it's okay. Still won that game. The only way he could have, I think, came back from that was if he had what's it called, Hunter's Mark and
Malfurion
like
versus
a charge minion, which could have been simply
Shall be mine. I must protect.
Unleash the Hounds, man. I am not in the zone right now. Oh, here we go again with most likely Zulok, since no one currently is playing Arena Lock, which I should probably go back to. I have my Arena Lock, but I don't have Leroy, so I can't have an effective. Because if you don't know, you want in Reno Lock, you want to have Reno. I mean Reno. Of course you want Reno in a Reno Lock, but in Reno Lock you want simply, God, what's the name of the card? Leroy. The reason being for Leroy is that you play Leroy. Leroy, Power Overwhelming, Faceless Manipulator, and that's 20 damage to your opponent. And you also need a charge of Emperor Thorson, but that's your main burst in that whole entire deck, and without it, you just have to really beat the opponent down with Jiraxis. It's the only really other way out. And, you know, that's debatable if you can always get Jiraxis out, because it brings you down to 15 health, and this meta has been more about tempo, and Jiraxis is quite slow. Tap blast, okay. So Jiraxis is quite a slow card. I'm gonna play the reason being is like it's Flaxy and Wrath to take back the board next turn, rather than play Sylvanas, simply. I was really debating on playing Myra Keeper for the Mana Crystal, but then if I did that, there wasn't really much I could curve into, and it would just leave me with a 4-2 and a 3-3. Which ain't that good. Going all face would have been a mistake by him, so smart play. Let's see, now this is a simple mistake. Okay, I think maybe Sylvanas is my best play. As weird as it is. I have no time for games. Because he has 5, what's it called? The tentacles of N'Zoth on the board. And so he can't Sea Giant me. He'd have to trade all 5 tentacles of N'Zoth into Sylvanas. Unless he's gonna just give me one of them. And then probably Sea Giant anyway. Or the oops. Forgot about him. He showed me. Full trade? Yes he is, all around. So no Sea Giant. He taps Blast again.
Get it out! Get it out!
Didn't. In this situation, I'm gonna draw a card here. I'm gonna... Okay, Dark Arrow. I don't think I'm gonna need the Enervate that bad.
For the wild!
Next turn, what I'm looking to do is Dark Arrow here without display the Imp that'll come out. So I will fully... Well, I'd have to deal with whatever he plays this turn. Which might not be that bad. Like if I draw a swipe and he tries to... I should have maybe thought about that play. If he does another ritual.
Get in there,
I don't remember. The ritual that summons 1/1 equal to the amount of mana you just lost. Okay. Let's punish. Dark Arrow is still my play. Because a 5/7 is not the easiest taunt to get around for 6 mana. Yeah, he could have just Power Overwhelming. He already burned 1 Power Overwhelming. He's playing the Vile Pin. Really good in this deck. It's more of a flood deck, but it makes it more easy to... That's the card, Forbidden Ritual. So again, swipe is my best draw. I may nourish for cards just so I can see if I can get a swipe. Over Dark Arakoa. Wow. Wow, he just wants to lose the swipe. Okay, I'm gonna draw 3 cards. Because if I don't, I'll just Dark Arakoa. Yeah, Dark Arakoa. Okay. Interesting cards. So it's not worth it.
Cthulhu! For the wild!
This is the best play I can see after it. Reason being is, yeah, he's got a 2/1 and 2/1, but I have a 4/3 and a 2/1, so he can clear my board with what he has. But if he does that, it takes up all his resources. And it just relies on the 2 cards he gets, and then I'll just take back the board with Dark Arakoa and Myra Keeper, have a 5/7 and a 3/3 and a 2/2. And that's also usage of all my mana. I forgot to mention that. This deck, you want to use all your mana. Mana efficiency is really good in Hearthstone nowadays, because it's a tempo-based meta, and if you stay above, if you stay consistent with your mana, even though in Druid it's not that insane. Really? I guess that's an alright play. You get 5 damage to face. I don't think that was the right play. I think it may have been better.
Your minions think you are
Actually, no, I'm gonna play the 2 weaker cards like this. It buffs my Cthulhu. That's also the strength of Druid Cthulhu deck. Is that Druid Cthulhu deck? This is your average amount that you want your Cthulhu to be at, like 20, 22. It's like 20, 18. You know, that's what your average is gonna be for getting a Cthulhu at, which is really big. And unless you're playing against a priest or like a mage who has polymorph or what's it called? Okay, I still have 2 flips in my deck. Simply a swipe would make a huge difference here. Still no swipe.
This way.
But I need to
This
clear
way.
his board to my best capability. My only other odd twin amps. The Veclor. This is all a top decking game. He gets 2 cards every turn, I get 1 card. I do have mad card draw with Nourish.
Put this apple on your head.
Oh, I also have Druid of the Claws. I forgot about it. I kept those in. I kept both Druid of the Claws in my deck. I'm pretty sure. That's a very bad play by my opponent. If he's gonna make this play. That's a midway play. That can almost he clears the board, but it's not shit. Maybe what? 2 HP. And he can't tap, so there's no way he can win. And that's a pretty decent overview of this deck. At least in this version. I did that what's it called? The Warlock side. Well, that's a brief overview of this version of Cthulhu Druid. It's experimental with the Nourish and Wild Growth, so you don't need them. You can just play Twilight Elders, and I'm just trying to think about what else I took out. I took out 2 Twilight Elders and 2 Darnassus Aspirants. So simply, if you don't like this variant of the deck, and you feel like there's too much draw or something, like it's just not consistent enough, just remove those 2 cards, remove 2 Wild Growths, replace it with 2 Darnassus Aspirants, so you got a 2-drop body, which helps, and you also replace it with, what did I say, Twilight Elder. I just typed in Elder. Nope. And you place it with 2 Twilight Elders, so you have a more decent curve in the early game if you really feel like you need that decent curve in the early game. But I like the Nourish, because Nourish is card draw, it's also ramp, it's also a 5-drop. I think the Darnassus Aspirant is a worthwhile card. Even if you just don't want... You could probably replace 1 Twilight Elder for Nourish, but that's just basic an overview of this deck. So, hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, like, come back next time.